morning, students. Today I will be explaining the different address binding schemes in the memory management under operating system. To start with, recall the execution of a user program by CPU. CPU fetches instructions and data from main memory by providing corresponding addresses. So how these addresses for the instructions and data items are generated, when they are generated, all these need to be answered. This figure demonstrates the execution of a user process and different stages in the execution. So when a program is written in high level language, it is known as the source program. To convert it into machine understandable form, compiler compiles it and generates the object code. This object code may be linked with other object files if required by another software which is a part of the operating system, that is the linker, and final executable file is generated. So till this point, our source program, when it was created by the user, it was stored in the secondary storage. Object file is also stored on the secondary storage. Executable file is also present on the secondary storage. So to actually execute this executable file, we need to bring it into the main memory. So loader is responsible for loading the program. So it brings the program in main memory and then from the main memory CPU execute it. This is how a typical user process executes. There are three important stages during this execution. First is when the source program is converted to the object file by compilation, and second is when this executable code is loaded in the main memory by loader, and third important stage is when actual execution happens. So now during these different stages, the instructions and data items in the program, they are represented differently. Their addresses are represented in different ways. So how these addresses are represented, this we will see next. Before compilation, we have the source program with us. So in the source program, instructions and data items, they are referred by symbols or by their names. That is why it is known as symbolic address. For example, we have a variable count in our program, then it can be referred by its name. So symbolic addresses are used in the source program and these addresses are present before compilation. So after compilation, the addresses which are used to represent the instructions and data are known as relocatable addresses. So these addresses are used in object code and they are represented as the distance of the particular instruction of data item from the beginning of the module. For example, suppose there is an instruction in our program which is at a distance of 14 bytes from the beginning. So beginning as the address of the beginning of the module may be considered as 0, then it is at a distance of 14 bytes from this. So its relocatable address will be 14. Finally, when this instruction or data item is placed in the memory for execution, then actual physical addresses are allocated to it and it is known as absolute address. So absolute address will be the actual address assigned to the particular instruction or the data item and which will be used by CPU for further execution. So three types of addresses: symbolic in source program, relocatable, they are the distance from the beginning and they are generated after compilation, and absolute addresses are the actual physical addresses which are the addresses used in main memory and they are referred to by CPU. Next, we will see how to convert from one type of the address to another type, since all these addresses, they represent the same instructions and data items. So how one type of address is converted to another type of addresses. Initially, we have the source program. In source program, symbolic addresses are used. When this source program is compiled, then object code is generated. Compiler, after compilation, generates the object code and in the object code relocatable addresses are generated. So this is the first level of conversion. So if we have the relocatable address, then ultimately they should be converted to the actual physical addresses or the absolute addresses. So suppose if we have an object code for program P1, so its relocatable addresses are shown like this. There is an instruction uh, which is at a distance 14 from the beginning, so its relocatable address is 14. So if this code is loaded in the main memory, say the base address is 30,000, then to find out what will be the address of this particular instruction whose relocatable address was 14, this is how we can do it. This base address will be added to this relocatable address to find out the actual absolute address. This is how to convert the relocatable address to absolute address. Moving on to address binding schemes. First of all, what is address binding? It is the binding of instructions and data to actual memory addresses. Symbolic addresses are created when programs are written by users. Then it is the responsibility of underlying software or the operating system to convert these symbolic addresses to actual addresses or absolute addresses where they will be stored finally and from where they will be executed. This conversion from symbolic address to absolute address may happen at different point of time. Depending on this, at which stage the conversion is done, there are three types of address conversion techniques which are known as address binding techniques. If absolute addresses are generated at the time of compilation, then it is known as compile time address binding. If absolute addresses are generated after loading the program in main memory, then it is known as load time address binding. If actual physical addresses are generated only when the particular instruction is executed, then it is known as runtime address binding. Now we will take them one by one. In compile time address binding, base address of the code is known at the time of compilation. We had seen when the program is compiled, then its object code is stored on the secondary storage. So at the time of compilation itself, if it is known where in the main memory it will be stored in future, then this information can be used to calculate the absolute address at the time of compilation itself. So this is how the conversion happens. Suppose we have object code of program P1 in the secondary storage. So it is compiled, so its relocatable code is generated, relocatable code is there, and in addition to this information, that what will be the starting address of this program when it will be loaded in the memory in future, this information is also with us. So what is done? The calculation of actual physical addresses is generated when the program is compiled. So these addresses are generated here itself. This is known as compile time address binding. There is one problem with this compile time address binding scheme. Suppose in future, if the starting address of the program changes, then since this calculation was done with the previous base address, so program need to be recompiled if it is to be executed again. Second scheme is load time address binding. In load time address binding, after compilation, relocatable addresses are generated. Then actual physical addresses are generated once the program is loaded in the memory. So this actual physical address generation does not happen at the time of compilation. When program is compiled, its object code is generated. It is stored on the secondary storage. Now this object code is brought by the loader in main memory. When it is loaded, only then the base address of the program is made available, and only then it will be used for calculation of actual addresses for the instructions. So this is known as load time address binding. Third and the last address binding scheme is runtime address binding. In this scheme, the binding of instructions and data to actual physical addresses is delayed till execution. The reason being, it is possible for the program to move from one segment to another segment during its execution. For example, Suppose we have program P1, it is compiled, its object code is there in the secondary storage, so it is compiled, so relocatable code is generated. So relocatable addresses are generated after compilation, and when this program is loaded in the memory, it will be assigned some area, accordingly its base address will be generated. But it may happen that due to some reason this program may be swapped out of the memory even before its completion. So all the instructions are not executed, but the program is taken out of the main memory and it is put on the secondary storage. So after the situation permits, this program may be brought back to the main memory and it may be assigned some area, some space in the main memory. Now this space may be different from the previously assigned area. So obviously its starting address will change and it will change the remaining address calculation. So actual absolute addresses are not calculated till the instruction is executed. Why? Because the base address is floating here. Base address of the program is changing. So it is not decided what will be the active base address at a particular moment of time. So this decision is delayed till execution of the instruction. This is all about runtime address binding. Thank you.